Dr. Murray, not greedy. That's the opinion of Ruby Mosley, one of Conrad Murray's former patients. He, or rather she, was one of 5 character witnesses who took the stand today in Dr. Murray's defense. I'm back with my very special guest. She is HLN's very own Nancy Grace. And I want to remind everybody to support her on Dancing with the Stars. We'd love to take that crazy mirror ball and set it right here on the desk and put Nancy's name on it. The number to support her is 800-868-3405. 800-868-3405. And I actually just got a little sample of her new dancing prowess. She was so proud of herself for having busted my chops in that last segment. She actually broke into a dance right here. You all saw it. She broke into a dance right here. Okay. All right. So anyway, yes, I got the message. There's a baby at the center of that last story. All right, Dr. Murray, not a greedy man, so they say, and yet the promoters, and I guess Michael himself, was paying $150,000 a month.
Well, Miss Ruby Mosley probably doesn't know that he's greedy because she didn't have to pay him $150,000 a month.
It's incredible.
For his services. I'd also like to, I would have cross-examined every one of these. I would not have let them off the hook as easily as they got off the hook. For instance, when did you see him last? Do you have insurance? I bet that paid his bill, didn't it, Miss Mosley? I mean, I hate to be mean to an old lady, but I would have to get to the truth. And this is a very fatal flaw because the state cannot introduce bad character on anybody unless and until the defense first opens the door. They've done that. So if the state has any bad character or bad acts that they couldn't bring in earlier, they can now.
You think they will?
Well, I hope they do. If they've got any, there may not be any bad acts.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing.
I find that kind of hard to believe, though.
Well, I can believe that he was a really good cardiologist. The problem that
really?
I can believe that.
A cardiologist?
No, really,
Nancy. You know, my father's a heart patient, and I don't believe I would put him under the care of anybody that left the room to yak to his mistress on the phone.
Didn't say he should. I think the fact that he assumed primary care was where he started down the road to trouble. He's not a primary care guy. If you notice, if you read this interrogation, which, by the way, this is the interrogation that, yeah, you've seen this.
Can you call on me, please?
Please.
I have to raise my hand in dance practice to speak. A primary care doctor.
Yeah.
You know, no doctor, I don't care what they are, a neurosurgeon, anesthesiologist, podiatrist, I don't care who dumps somebody full of propofol at home.
Somebody who doesn't, oh, that's craziness. That's craziness. I mean, the fact that he allowed that to happen. Look, he not only allowed that to happen, he had other doctors prescribing. He never called those doctors to find out what they were doing. He literally, in this interrogation, goes, well, that was Michael's business. He just wanted to keep that private. Keep other doctor participating, and you're the primary care guy? That's the thing.
When you look at Jackson's body, it's covered in track marks.
Yes.
He had to shoot Jackson up in the knee for a reason. He probably couldn't get a vein anywhere else.
He's explicit in here in that he had no veins left anywhere in his body because doctors had done the equivalent of what junkies do to themselves. That means thousands, maybe tens of thousands of IV injections. Look how many veins are on my hand, Nancy. They clotted every vein all the way up to the armpit, neck, legs, and down. They had to get him behind the knee. It's like, that's what junkies do to themselves. And my peers did that to a superstar.
Dr. Drew, in addition to bringing on these good character witnesses, one of them actually bent over and kissed Conrad Murray on the head.
Yeah.
Now, there, I would have demanded some type of recourse against the lawyers, the defense lawyers, for allowing that to happen. No kissing in the courtroom, Drew.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
It's ridiculous.
Will you please go back to practicing law, Nancy, so I can hire you if I ever get in any trouble? But I have friends that might need you for that matter. But do we have the throw in here about him calling his patients his friends? There's somewhere in this whole lineup, if you guys in the control room could help us. All right, here it is. So they had lots of good things to say about him, right? Here's what one patient had to say. Watch this. I want to talk about it afterwards.
After your heart attack, after your stents were put in, did you develop a friendship with Dr. Murray?
Yes.
You've had other doctors in the past, have you not?
I have.
And you've developed friendships with him as well?
No.
Well, why Dr. Murray?
It's because of Dr. Murray. The way he cares for you, and the way he makes you feel, and the concern, and the love for you he has for you. He's my best friend.
He's my best friend? Is that what he said?
Well, even
that's
Charles Manson had friends.
No, but
Sorry.
listen, but you got to, but Nancy,
Telling
listen,
you like it is.
I get you on that, but listen, as a physician, there's a vast divide between being friendly and being a friend. A friendship is a two-way relationship. Physician is about doing what's best for the patients in all situations. You can be very friendly, but you're not their friend. And particularly when there are mental health issues and addiction, if you befriend the patient, that's considered completely out of line. Completely. I mean, you go to any psychiatric hospital in the country, and there are explicit rules about that. You can't even break bread with a patient outside the hospital.
I'm not as worried about him friending his patients as he is killing his patients. That's where I'm kind of stuck on the whole dead body thing.
I understand. And of course, the legal part of it is your area of expertise, but mine is a...
I wonder if that's what Jackson thought, too. I wonder if Jackson thought Conrad Murray was his good friend.
Of course he did. And that's how this all got completely manipulated. And Murray thought he was his friend. I loved him. Not his friend. He's his doctor. And as a doctor, you got to tell your patient things they don't want to hear sometimes.
Friends call 911, Dr.
Friends
Drew.
call 911. Friends think of them. Physicians think of the patient first. Friends hopefully think of their friends first, but physicians always think of their patients first. I think Dr. Murray was thinking about his own hide.
Look, I had propofol once before.
For what?
And for surgery.
Colonoscopy or something?
And no, I had actual surgery.
Yeah.
And
it knocks you down.
Immediately. I remember they said, "Where do you want to be?" And I went, "Home." And that's the next thing I remember, I was awake.
I had midazolam, and I had midazolam half the dose that he got that night. He also got Ativan at twice the dose we normally use to bring down a full-size man. And there's just that midazolam with me. I was done for 36 hours. It was for a colonoscopy. I was screwed up the whole weekend. But enough with these important issues.
You and your colonoscopy. I don't know how that got into the Jackson trial, but whatever.
Dancing with the Stars. Nancy, you'll prefer I talk about this. Her partner is going to join us with maybe some the inside info, what's going on, and some gossip about the dancing. Nancy Grace, after this.